Hello friends, Namaskar and welcome to your favorite show MATV presents Nari Tu Narayani. मैं स्नेहा जैन आपके लिए लेकर आई हूँ पॉजिटिविटी से भरा एक पावर पैक्ड एपिसोड। लेकिन उसके पहले हमारी सभी फीमेल व्यूवर्स को MATV और नारी तु नारायणी की पूरी टीम की ओर से अ वेरी हैप्पी इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे इन एडवांस। Friends, while we speak of the great international women in the world, I recall that the great saint Mother Teresa had once said, "There is more hunger for love and appreciation in this world than for bread." So, everyone wants and needs to be appreciated and recognized for the work they do. Today, we are here to discuss about IIW She Inspires Awards. IIW, or Inspiring Indian Women, is a not-for-profit organization whose vision, the vision of the organization, is to bring women together from all over the world and inspire them, and not just inspire but also help them to achieve their goals. She Inspires is also one of the creations of IIW. To discuss and understand more in detail about She Inspires Awards, we have with us Purvi Thakkar, who is the Deputy Director of IIW UK and also a core member of the organizing committee of She Inspires Awards. She was there in 2020 awards as well. Hello Purvi, welcome to the show.
Hello Sneha, thanks for having me here.
We also have with us Reena Sharma Kalia, who is one of the runners-up for the community care category She Inspires 2020. Hi Reena, and congratulations for the runners-up award as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sneha.
So Purvi, starting off with you, since we would like to know more and as much as we can about She Inspires Awards, we start off with what is She Inspires?
So firstly, I'd like to tell you one thing about IIW is IIW is a platform for women across any background, any ethnicity. So the idea is to make sure that we lift their morale, we support their activities, whatever they are doing. That could be a small mother trying to teach something to the kid and she might be struggling with some issues. So starting from that small thing, or maybe an entrepreneur, a women entrepreneur trying to promote their products or services. So we try and help them and give them this platform without charging anything and support each other as women, you know. That's the core thing of IIW, and make sure that they rise in whatever they're doing.
Yeah, that's the motto says, you know,
absolutely.
Lift, support and rise.
That's where I come to. So the idea was how we can make sure that we have the positive environment in our surrounding. Absolutely. Because I remember, you know, my father used to always tell me, and I used to, you know, read this Ramayana and those things where, you know, there was something called a Satyug, where we had lots of positive energies in the world. But today, you know, things have changed. We have become more tech savvy, more faster. Our life has become so fast. So where we thought there was something that, you know, everybody should sit back and acknowledge the smallest of the issue the woman is doing behind the kitchen. Or the woman entrepreneur, she's struggling to promote her services and products. So let's try and create a positive community, help each other, absolutely, and make sure that, you know, everybody is happy. You know, people say that, you know, only two boys can become good friends. I would say no, two women also can become good friends. So that's where the She Inspires Awards came into thought, and we thought of acknowledging anybody and everybody who is trying to do positive message in their community or family or maybe just business. So that's what She Inspires is all about. So any father can nominate a daughter or a daughter-in-law, or a husband can nominate a wife, or a brother can nominate a sister. Just name it, and yeah, somebody can nominate anybody. That's about She Inspires Award, and this is the 3rd year of She Inspires Award now.
Oh, nice. So we would like to know more about the reach and everything, but before that, coming to you, Reena, you are a runners-up. We would first, instead of, you know, just jumping on to how you got the award and everything, we'd like to know your story, as in your life, your story.
Okay. On Tuesday the 27th of March 2018, at exactly 2 a.m, I saw my mum take her last breath. Oh. She passed away in hospital. She was in hospital for about 8 months. She actually went in for only a fractured hip, but during her stay in hospital she kept catching infections. I think within a couple of months she had caught pneumonia and sepsis, and she was put in a life support machine for which I think she was on there for 4 weeks, but she fought. My mum was a fighter and she pulled through, but unfortunately she caught it a second time, and where her immune system was so weak, being in hospital, she wasn't strong enough to fight again, and unfortunately I lost my mum. So yes, I went with after losing my mum, I went to India, did the ashes, and then came back, and literally within 48 days I lost my brother. He had a heart attack. So that was a shock, and I took his ashes alone, and which was one of the strongest, one of the most emotional and hardest journeys I've ever done. I was actually, it's only when I got onto the plane that I realised my brother's ashes were on my laps, that my brother was there on my lap. So it was just obviously all the memories, and it was just all surreal. Like, everything happened so quickly, like just going to do the ashes, and I remember just, you're doing it, you become a robot, but you don't actually realise what it's not sinking in that this is what I'm actually doing. It's only till after, when the things happen and things start registering, that, oh my God, I just did this. And when I got back from India from doing my brother's ashes, I was just very low, sort of not myself. I'm always smiling, but I just couldn't smile. I just pretend to be happy so that people wouldn't bother me, like, what's wrong? I just didn't want all that. I just wanted to be left alone, didn't want to really talk to people. And then I think that my children saw a change in me, and they could see that I wasn't, normal. So, then that's when it clicked that I need to snap out of this. And my mum, as a woman, I think women, literally, they're warriors. They fight many battles in their life, and, all these silent battles, and, they're always achieving. And my mum was a warrior, and I was raised by a warrior, and I always say I'm a warrior's daughter. And, having that in mind, I just thought, with all this negativity that I'm feeling, let's turn it into positivity. And at the end of 2018, with the support of my family and my friends, I launched my charity, Life in London Trust.
That's
and
great.
Last year we did 12 projects.
That's really great. While you yourself are amidst such a cloud of, dark cloud of depression, you're still thinking about others, and, you launched a charity of yourself. That's really great to know. Coming back to you, Purvi, you explained what She Inspires is, but and we do understand to some extent that, what all could be an inspiration for She Inspires, but what was the main motive? What's the actual inspiration behind She Inspires?
The inspiration behind She Inspires is very clear and very simple, that we want to make sure that the community we are living in, we are just sharing a positive message. Though it's an awards ceremony, we call it as, and there's a process that we follow, but it's not like a competition. It's about women, supporting women. That's what we want
to break that myth, kind of.
Break that stereotype myth that, women can't support women. That's not the case. So this platform is all about people coming in together, sharing their thoughts, making sure they're being friends. Exactly. That's what this She Inspires Awards is all about. So my idea, or Rashmi, the co-founder of She Inspires Award, is only one thing, that we want to see happy hearts around us, not happy smiles, because a smile can lie, I would say.
Like she said.
Absolutely. Yes. So we want to see happy hearts around us. That's the idea behind She Inspires.
Going back to smiling, I do honestly feel that when you smile, it's a strength.
True.
And
even if you're in pain, if you smile, it gives you strength.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
If you're smiling, no matter how you feel inside,
correct,
it's a strength to carry on, to, own yourself and to carry on with your day.
Agreed. So just to know a bit more about She Inspires, what all are the categories? We've heard that there are so many categories within which people can nominate themselves.
Absolutely. So for the last 3 years, we have been 13 categories. It is too much to look at. 13 is a big number, I would say.
Do you even remember all of them on the top of your head now?
Maybe.
Let's try.
Okay, is it like a rapid fire round?
I'm counting.
Okay, so it is very difficult to come out with categories, because women is in each and every stream today. I mean, she's an astronaut to a teacher to a politician to wherever you say women's are there. So, filtering those categories was definitely a difficult task, and somehow we made it to number 13. So we have 3 bright category artists. We have divided them in age group, that is 3 to 20, 20 to 40, and 40 plus category.
Oh, even little girls can
absolutely,
be nominated. That's great.
Absolutely.
We have people like Malala and Greta who are doing a lot, and not just up to that level, they are like global personalities.
True.
But we have little children, girls doing well at their own level as well. So
we want to inspire London's small 3-year-old to become a Greta at 8-year-old. That's the objective.
Awesome. That's great.
So that's the reason, giving a platform to little kids, also girls, I would say, is something amazing. And we have seen amazing nominations coming in. For the year 1, we had a little girl. She was like 8-year-old, and she had like 35,000 Instagram followers, and she was a pop singer. So yeah, that was the one. This year we had
don't you want to have one?
Absolutely. And this year we had a lovely little girl called Jia Soni. She wrote a book at the age of 6.5.
Oh, wow.
And her book is published and is available to buy on Amazon. Such an inspiration. 6.5-year-old. I mean, when I was 6.5, I'm not too sure whether I knew proper English as well.
Yeah.
So that's where the kids are today. So yeah, absolutely.
So
and then
what all?
Then the other categories are best professional.
Okay.
So women who are doing their job or working in any kind of sector, business, or any, not specifically business, I would say, but they are working. They are working women, I would say. Most of them are in jobs. So we categorize that category into a best professional category.
Okay.
There's one as business entrepreneur, best entrepreneur.
Okay.
So there we have business owners, co-founders, CEOs.
Startup owners.
Absolutely, absolutely. Then we have, there's a popular choice category award.
There's a community care award.
Defied the odds, spirited fighter. Then couple of them. Sorry, I don't remember all of them.
Defying the odds, community care, and for the children and everything. These things are, if we appreciate people at these levels, people get motivated to do more.
Absolutely.
So yeah, agreed. And definitely professionals and entrepreneurs. If they are women, it's very good to appreciate them at any sort of stage.
Did you see when she said 40 plus? She looked at me.
No, not at all.
Definitely nothing.
Okay, so from what all walks of life do you think people get recognition? When I say walks of life, it could be as in, do you mind people categorizing themselves? I am from a rural area or urban area, or maybe I've done this much. I've done this much of qualification or this much of experience or something like that.
So there is no barriers, as I say. Inspiration cannot come from any specific region or any age group. So there is no barriers to that. This year we had a winner. Her name was Anuradha Puran. Her story was amazing. At the age of 9, she was not allowed to go to school because of financial constraint from the family, and she had to start all by herself. So she went into a factory as a laborer, and then after that, getting into the factory, working there, then becoming a manager, and after that she realized that I want to do something of my pain, that I was kicked out of the school because of no finances. I don't want somebody else to do that. So what she did was she created a small platform wherein she got volunteer teachers to educate the local kids in the rural area in Mauritius.
Okay.
And after that, she had again a problem because there were no kids coming in. I think she charged some 30 rupees a year or something like that for the kids to get educated.
That's negligible.
Exactly. But that also was a constraint for a lot of families.
Oh, really?
Yes. So then she thought of coming up with something else. Then what she did is she wanted to educate the women. She wanted to make sure the women, the mothers of the kids, get employment somehow. So she came up with an idea that we need to grow plants and we need to sell plants, because that is something that they could easily do. They didn't need any skills for that. So she started with her business to growing trees, plants, tea, and a lot of medicinal herbs, those kind of thing. Then she started, and she also faced a little bit problem in that business, but eventually that idea kicked off. So she has currently 25 women full-time working in her factory, and at the same time all the women there in the rural area are working 4 hours a day in the factory, taking care of their families, taking care of the kids, also educating the kids, and at the same time they are self-employed.
Wow.
And all because of she took a leap of faith in herself.
Absolutely. And she's getting orders from the US, from the Switzerland for her orders.
That's an amazing journey. So basically we need to understand that never give up on yourself, your ideas, your abilities. Something or the other will definitely shoot in your favor. So before we take a quick break, I just would like to remind you that we have our phone lines open. After the break you can give us a call, and the number is 0208 900 555. So please do call us and get a chance to talk to our panelists and ask any question that you want to, and we'll be back after a short break in a while. Be right back.
Jack needs construction finance for a housing project. Jill needs an investment vehicle for her savings. And we are Future Bricks, a peer-to-peer lending platform for Britain's small and medium house builders who have limited access to mainstream finance. At the same time, we're making the exclusive industry of property investments accessible to all. You can start investing from as little as £500 and earn from 8 to 10% gross interest per annum. So how does it work? All these housing projects satisfy our stringent lending criteria and undergo comprehensive due diligence. All loans are secured against the properties, making the investments asset-backed. You can view all details of the projects, like investment summary, financial breakdown, along with the valuation report and the borrower's track record. You can even book a site visit to make up your mind. Join now, decide later. You can register by following a simple 3-step process and start building your portfolio brick by brick. Let's break the brick ceiling. www.futurebricks.com. Your capital is at risk, and peer-to-peer lending is not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. The Brickwork Group Limited, trading as Future Bricks, is an appointed representative of Resolution Compliance Limited, which is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. FRN 574048.
The hottest Black Friday offer is with Leica Mobile. You get a whopping 50% off when you buy UK Plan Mega this weekend. 40 gigabytes of data, unlimited UK minutes and texts, and 100 international minutes for just £10 this weekend. It's Black Friday madness from Leica Mobile. 50% off should not be missed. Visit leicamobile.co.uk for details. Offer is valid to new customers who shop online between 28th of November and 2nd of December 2019. Leica Mobile.
वेस्ट लंदन के सबसे शानदार होटल्स में से एक with 303 air conditioned rooms and suites, one of the largest banquet spaces in London, meeting room for up to 1200 people, conferences, musical function, weddings या कोई भी गैदरिंग, मनपसंद भोजन, शानदार आयोजन और बेहतरीन वेन्यू, 400 गाड़ियों की पार्किंग के साथ Heston Hyde. For bookings, call 0208 572 1818.
चलो घर बनाते हैं और आपको मिलवाते हैं आपके अपने बिल्डर से। सिंह ब्रदर बिल्डर्स, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जसवंत सिंह ठेकेदार। हर तरह का बिल्डिंग वर्क, न्यू बिल्डिंग, एक्सटेंशन, रेनोवेशन, पैटियो, गार्डन, गैरेज या शेड, हर तरह का काम अनुभवी कारीगरों द्वारा, सेटिस्फेक्शन गारंटीड। 50 साल के अनुभव के साथ सिंह ब्रदर बिल्डर्स। फॉर फ्री एस्टिमेट कॉल 07930 508888, That is 07930 508888.
Jack needs construction finance for a housing project. Jill needs an investment vehicle for her savings. And we are Future Bricks, a peer-to-peer lending platform for Britain's small and medium house builders who have limited access to mainstream finance. At the same time, we're making the exclusive industry of property investments accessible to all. You can start investing from as little as £500 and earn from 8 to 10% gross interest per annum. So how does it work? All these housing projects satisfy our stringent lending criteria and undergo comprehensive due diligence. All loans are secured against the properties, making the investments asset-backed. You can view all details of the projects, like investment summary, financial breakdown, along with the valuation report and the borrower's track record. You can even book a site visit to make up your mind. Join now, decide later. You can register by following a simple 3-step process and start building your portfolio brick by brick. Let's break the brick ceiling. www.futurebricks.com. Your capital is at risk and peer-to-peer lending is not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. The Brickwork Group Limited, trading as Future Bricks, is an appointed representative of Resolution Compliance Limited, which is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. FRN 574048.
Welcome back, friends. As I've already told you that our phone lines are open and the number is 0208 900 555. Please call us, ask questions to our renowned panelists, runners-up and the organizer so that you can nominate others and yourself if needed, and you get to understand more in detail if you have any queries. So coming to you, Reena, what was your first expression, feeling when you got to know that you've won a runners-up award for She Inspires?
I was actually very shocked. I mean, it was just surreal because you don't feel that what you're doing. Like, obviously it was for my community work, for my charity, and it's something that I do because I enjoy doing and I want to give back, and it's positivity. So you just get along, you just get on with it. You don't actually think about that you're going to be nominated or someone's going to nominate you, or even that I'm worthy of receiving a nomination. But
you were not even expecting that you could be nominated.
Absolutely.
Let aside
become, being a winner. And I think the only thing I've ever won is an obstacle race at school. I was actually very shocked. I mean, when I read the email, I thought it was sent to the wrong person. I was like, no, but that's my name. Even Shahakalia is me. I think it took a few minutes to sink in that, oh wow. And it's like you've been nominated, and these She Inspire Awards is going to be in the House of Parliament, in such a prestigious place.
That means you did not nominate yourself?
No, I was nominated by a friend.
And you weren't even aware that...
I wasn't even aware. I mean, my friend actually, randomly, I think it was just after Christmas or sometime in January, asked me for my email address, and I thought he wanted to send me some information about my charity. So I had no idea whatsoever. And I think when the emails for the nominations came out, the finalists, he messaged me, said, did you receive an email? And I said, no, I don't know, I haven't looked. Why are you so excited about me? And then when I saw the email, I was like, oh wow.
Oh, we all need such friends, don't we?
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm very blessed. I have some lovely friends.
Yeah, bless your friends as well.
Thank you.
So that's why I always say, this platform is about doing the smallest of the thing for your family or your community, See, you have made an impression in somebody's life who has nominated you, and that's the reason the person is actively nominating you. Yeah. So it's about
we actually had a conversation.
Keep on supporting each other.
We had a conversation.
She Inspires.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They nominated you. That's great.
Yeah, no, we actually had a conversation. He said that absolutely, what you've done within a year. I mean, we completed so many projects successfully. he said, you know, you inspire many people, and you know, a lot of my friends say that to me, but I kind of don't take it seriously. I'm not very good at receiving compliments.
Now you should take yourself seriously. Others will do too.
Yeah, I should do.
So, Purvi, while we are at nominations, we would like to know what is the process of nomination, as in how can one, for themselves or for others, how can they nominate?
So we've kept it pretty simple because we don't have much funding for this project. So it is completely on Facebook. So what we do is we post the nomination form back on Facebook and Instagram, and we share it with our friends and community, whoever we know. So that's where, you know, the nomination process starts. That's how somebody can nominate. Just fill up a form, share their details with them, and post it. Send a video about the person whom you're nominating.
Also, they can say, for example, if I'm nominating Reena, do I need to have her in the video, or I can speak about her?
It would be advisable for a person to have, you know, the person itself who has been nominated.
Did you give it to Reena?
No, yes, she did. Yeah, it was a combination of your friend and I think yours.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm not even aware of this
maybe
video.
he would have picked up your clips. Yeah,
Smart friend. Okay, so and how long can a video be? Like
it is less than 3 minutes because we get a lot of nominations coming in. So the year one we received some around 100 plus nominations in the year one, where nobody knew what She Inspires awarded. It was a launch event that year. So we were very happy with that number. Next year we got some 150 nominations, and this year we've got 200 nominations.
Oh wow.
So yeah, the nominations are kicking in, increasing from across the globe. And this year we had 4 winners traveling from overseas. One from South Africa, one from Mauritius, one from India, no, 2 from India, and one from somewhere in the EU.
oh,
So yeah, couple of more, yeah.
we're expanding globally now.
Yeah, the platform itself is global platform, and the awards is open for anybody and everybody.
Yeah, and hence we're here to discuss
Absolutely.
about it. Yeah, okay, so just wanted to understand more about the rounds. So yes, people can nominate themselves or others, but what happens next? How many rounds do we have? Are the rounds fixed for every year, or they change? How does it
So the rounds are pretty much fixed for every year. So we have 2 rounds here. So the first once we receive all the nomination, we consolidate all the nominations, and we do it as a qualified and unqualified nomination. So sometimes people do nominate and then forget to give the video or audio. So that could be considered as unqualified nomination. And qualified nomination would be where we have the form coming in, we have the videos coming in, and that's where we can, you know, take those nominations. And the second round is what we basically do is we call 20 dignitaries from various sectors. They might be working in business, they might be entrepreneurs, they might be an NHS employee or bankers or anybody. We get these people coming in one room. With them, they mostly have like 20-30 years of work experience. They're qualified in whatever their stream are. So we call them and we do a preliminary round judging. So we have a rating model there, and out of 10, all the dignitaries need to score them on 1 to 10, 0 to 10 I believe. And after that we have top 50 finalists coming out. So all those top 50 finalists get qualified for a popular choice award, which goes on social media. So that is one category altogether. And all those 50 nominations, definitely every category, every nomination is associated with one specific category. And that's how we have, like, you know, top 3 in each category. And what we do is post that we send these top 3, top 4 or top 5. Number could change based on the category to category,
and also number of nominations that we
absolutely. It might happen sometimes we have got really good nomination in one category. That might happen we have very less nomination in a specific category. That might change. So the top 5 mostly, or top 6, we would send it to the main judges who are there with us since last 3 years. So we have Trupti Patel, who is the president of Hindu Forum of Britain, as our judge. We have Honorable MP Pop Blackman, Virendra Sharma ji, again MP, and this year we also had MP Joy Morrissey on our panel as judge. We also have Dr. Nanda Kumar and various other dignitaries on the panel as judges. So they have a look at all those top 5 nominations, and they shortlist the runner-ups and they shortlist the winners.
Okay.
So this is how the process happens, and once we have the name of the winners and runner-ups, we call them or personally reach out to the winners and runner-up to tell them, okay, you have been invited for the awards ceremony, and here we are celebrating the awards night.
That's really great, actually. If people know what are all the rounds and everything, then it makes sense. And just to add to this, though people understand that, okay, this is the process and these are the awards, but sometimes people are not very much sure, as in, are these awards fair? How do you ensure that these awards are fair and everyone is treated equally?
So what we do is basically, thumb rule is, we as IAW do not get into any decision making. That is the thumb rule. So there is no bias, nothing like that. Secondly, we get
not
people,
even screening or anything.
not at all. We can just look at the videos because we have received the nominations, but we
You don't
don't
need to bribe, actually. I might think of doing it. I was just about to take you for
honestly,
a coffee after this.
no, definitely not. So that's where I say, there is something called as sharing positivity in the environment. I want to see happy faces around, and when I want that healthy community across the world, I think I need to be fair to myself, fair to the awards, and that's how I can be fair to people who are associated with us and the nominations coming in. So yeah, that is one thing. And secondly, we have people coming in from outside to judge those nominations. So people from different sectors
And they're not
are there.
disclosed
They are
very
not
well
disclosed
beforehand.
Not at all. Only so if, for example, if you're one of the preliminary judge, you will know, okay, you are going for a preliminary round on so and so date, but you might not know that Nina is also coming there.
Okay.
So that's how we.
Or even judges cannot influence that.
No, not at all. We just keep it to ourselves, and we don't even declare who are the main judges or who are the preliminary judges. Till the time the entire session, the scores are in, we don't disclose it to anybody. So there is no question of people doing any kind of stuff.
Which makes sense.
Yeah,
and
and
like
it's
you
fair.
also explained that, right? That you didn't even know that you've been even if you would have nominated yourself, you don't even know whether you cleared prelim round or whether you qualified for the final round or stuff. So so that there's and which judge is judging your category of awards? Everything is
I think
on
everybody is judging. That's where it is a fair play.
Okay.
So it's not one person judging one person. It's 20 people judging one person.
Oh wow.
So I mean, I could be an inspiration model to one judge, but the other judge might think, she's just doing the normal stuff, or she's just doing for charity, or she's just doing her business, so I don't want to vote her. It could be like that. So everybody has different views, everybody has their own opinions. Absolutely. So that's where it becomes more fair, I would say.
Agreed, and which is very important as well.
Absolutely.
Coming back to Irina, though we now know that you okay, we have a call, Irina, sorry. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, hi there. I wanted to ask a question.
May we know your name, please?
Is Shikha Sahani?
Hi, Shikha. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good too. Who do you have your question for?
I have a question regarding when do I get to nominate for the next awards?
Okay, so that goes to you, Purvi.
Okay,
when can people nominate themselves or others?
I wasn't expecting the call, so thank you so much, Shikha, for calling me. So the nominations for this year, for 2020, have been just closed, and we are now celebrating the International Women's Day. So the nomination for the next round for 2020 would open in November, December, just after Diwali, I would say. So keep looking at our IAW page, and you will be notified on when the next nomination starts.
But it's usually between somewhere between
November and December. Yeah.
November and December. Okay,
that's right.
All right. Okay.
Thanks a lot, Shikha, for calling us. Hope we answered your question.
Yeah, we did. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shikha. Bye.
So coming back to Irina, so though we know that it was a bit of a surprise for you to know that you've been selected as a runner-up, but you must have gone to the ceremony of the awards and everything. What was your experience like? How grand was it, and what was it about?
Well, firstly, it was in such a prestigious place. I mean, the House of Parliament. I've never been to the House of Parliament, so I was actually quite excited. I was like a child. I'm going to the House of Parliament.
Oh, nice.
But yeah. But just walking in, and it was so grand, and you saw these judges, and I was a bit nervous. Actually, I was very nervous. I'm lying not a bit. I was very nervous because I didn't know, you don't know what's happening. Who do I talk to? But, everyone was so welcoming. There were so many smiles. And, I always had this thing that women hate other women. It was totally different. Everyone was helpful. I didn't know where to sit, and I was just spoke to a random, a lady standing herself. She went just, anywhere, wherever you find a seat, just be comfortable. Everyone was so welcoming and kind. And then I was just looking around the whole room and all these judges and all these people and the organisers. I saw you trying to, talking to people, organising everyone. So you know what, it's quite inspiring to watch, the amount of work that actually goes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now since you've been there, House of Parliaments, you are an inspiration for people like us who've never been nominated as well. So how do you think you can inspire others now?
Do you know what? I think for me to inspiring others is just for them to believe in themselves, to not worry about what other people think, but, be bigger and, be more confident within yourself. I think I always say to people, own yourself. Own yourself, be the person you want to be. Don't worry about society, don't worry about community. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve any goal, any dream. I normally say that I don't believe in goals and dreams, but I make plans and I execute my plans. So anything I want to do, I'm very stubborn and I know that I will do it. And I won't listen to anyone, I won't, if someone tells me no, that's a big yes for me. So yeah, I'm very stubborn like that. So
rebellious child.
Yeah, yes. So and I say the same to people, just be confident and, just follow the right path and do what from within. I said that when you're doing something that you enjoy and, you achieve that, you will be happy from within, and nothing more important. There's nothing more than important than your own happiness.
Absolutely.
Because then when you're happy from within, you can make other people happy.
True.
Unless you're not happy, there's no way you're going to make anyone else happy.
So basically own yourself and follow the righteous path, and if you know that you're doing right, just
nothing to worry about. Yeah, absolutely.
I've just add one point to this: own yourself and love yourself. Believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And spread happiness everywhere.
And just be yourself.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
On this, smiley note, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Jack needs construction finance for a housing project. Jill needs an investment vehicle for her savings. And we are Future Bricks, a peer-to-peer lending platform for Britain's small and medium house builders who have limited access to mainstream finance. At the same time, we're making the exclusive industry of property investments accessible to all. You can start investing from as little as £500 and earn from 8 to 10% gross interest per annum. So how does it work? All these housing projects satisfy our stringent lending criteria and undergo comprehensive due diligence. All loans are secured against the properties, making the investments asset-backed. You can view all details of the projects, like investment summary, financial breakdown, along with the valuation report and the borrower's track record. You can even book a site visit to make up your mind. Join now, decide later. You can register by following a simple 3-step process and start building your portfolio brick by brick. Let's break the brick ceiling. www.futurebricks.com. Your capital is at risk and peer-to-peer lending is not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. The Brickwork Group Limited, trading as Future Bricks, is an appointed representative of Resolution Compliance Limited, which is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. FRN 574048.
The hottest Black Friday offer is with Leica Mobile. You get a whopping 50% off when you buy UK Plan Mega this weekend. 40 gigabytes of data, unlimited UK minutes and texts, and 100 international minutes for just £10 this weekend. It's Black Friday madness from Leica Mobile. 50% off should not be missed. Visit leicamobile.co.uk for details. Offer is valid to new customers who shop online between 28th of November and 2nd of December 2019. Leica Mobile.
Air India introduces additional flights from London Heathrow to Mumbai and a new direct flight from London Stansted to Mumbai from 14th February 2020. Fly in luxury on Air India Dreamliner with extra legroom in economy and flat beds in business class. For attractive fares, contact your travel agent now or visit airindia.in.
हिंदू धर्म विश्व का एक महान धर्म है जो विश्व में शांति फैलाने वाला एक ही धर्म है। इसी धर्म की चर्चा के लिए लेट्स टॉक हिंदुइज्म में MATV के माध्यम से आपसे अनुरोध है कि इसको हर रविवार 8:30 से 9:30 अवश्य देखें।
हेस्टन हाइड वेस्ट लंदन के सबसे शानदार होटल्स में से एक with 303 air conditioned rooms and suites, one of the largest banquet spaces in London, meeting room for up to 1200 people, conferences, musical function, weddings या कोई भी गैदरिंग, मनपसंद भोजन, शानदार आयोजन और बेहतरीन वेन्यू, 400 गाड़ियों की पार्किंग के साथ Heston Hyde. For bookings, call 0208 572 1818.
नमः शिवाय। मैं हूं पंडित पाठक, आपकी सेवा में आता हूं एवरी संडे बिटवीन 3 to 5 PM। लाइफ के किसी भी एस्पेक्ट के बारे में जानना चाहते हैं, कोई भी सवाल का आंसर जानना चाहते हैं तो देखना न भूलिए
panditpathak.guru every Sunday 3 PM only on MATV.
Jack needs construction finance for a housing project. Jill needs an investment vehicle for her savings. And we are Future Bricks, a peer-to-peer lending platform for Britain's small and medium house builders who have limited access to mainstream finance. At the same time, we're making the exclusive industry of property investments accessible to all. You can start investing from as little as £500 and earn from 8 to 10% gross interest per annum. So how does it work? All these housing projects satisfy our stringent lending criteria and undergo comprehensive due diligence. All loans are secured against the properties, making the investments asset-backed. You can view all details of the projects, like investment summary, financial breakdown, along with the valuation report and the borrower's track record. You can even book a site visit to make up your mind. Join now, decide later. You can register by following a simple 3-step process and start building your portfolio brick by brick. Let's break the brick ceiling. www.futurebricks.com. Your capital is at risk and peer-to-peer lending is not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. The Brickwork Group Limited, trading as Future Bricks, is an appointed representative of Resolution Compliance Limited, which is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, FRN 574048.
Welcome back, everyone. We are back to the final level of the episode. So we would just like to know few more details about the award and a few more interesting facts about the awards from you as well, Reena. But first, moving to you, Purvi, how hard it is to create a brand for She Inspires amidst a lot of hoax about different kinds of awards and recognitions everywhere.
Absolutely, there are so many awards happening across the world. The corporates are doing, the SMEs are doing, the startups are doing, the community people are doing, the society is also doing. The idea behind our award is just non-material. The idea is to share happiness around the world. So award is, when we say award, people think about, it's a competition, there'll be winners and those stuff. But at this bottom line, what we are trying to achieve here is anybody on this earth who feels that, okay, I am inspired from that poor little boy who is selling some flowers at the street. I am inspired the way he is doing it. It's the small thing, but I need to say thank you to that person, right? So how would he do that? I mean, just go ahead and nominate it. That's how the idea clicked in, and we just wanted to believe in ourselves. Okay, we are trying to do something good for everybody. We're trying to make a happy and positive environment, and that's where we started with She Inspires Award, and the dedication that requires to year on year keep on doing that thing, that's where we call it, we are being fair, and at the same time we're trying to build a brand. So maybe 10 years down the line I could say that okay, we have a brand now, but we are still going there, I would say.
Okay, from
so
what I
building
understand,
brand is like years. It's not a 1 year or 2 year process. It requires like good 4 or 5 years in
experience,
experience, and just believing in what you're doing.
and you're doing pretty well.
You've done
3
really
years
well.
down the line and you're here, so you're doing pretty well.
You've
Well
grown
done.
so much from your first year and your third, and you're just getting bigger and better.
Right. I think the credit goes to the nominations, the credit goes to the winners, the supporters who are helping us, because this year we also had little supporters coming in and saying that, okay, this is my £50 of contribution, this is my £100 of contribution, please help take this, and if you want to do anything, then
counts,
we are a not-for-profit body, so it helps just little.
It's a dominoes effect,
Yeah, absolutely.
You create winners, and the next year they also nominate people and they inspire others, and then they become inspiring, and if someone is inspiring, someone nominates
Absolutely.
you.
That reminds me a story. I'll just quickly do it in 1 minute. There's one lady from Chennai, India. She's 63-year-old, and what she does is right now on her terrace, she has built a terrace garden, and she is distributing free sampling to all the schools there. And her objective at that age is to make sure that every school in Madurai gets free samples of those plants, maybe a medicinal plant or a vegetable or a fruit plant is being given to each and every child in that school. So that's her objective. That's such a noble thought, and we are reaching towards a world where we are not using plastic and we are promoting the eco-friendly products. It is so important to plant more trees. So we are trying to encourage everybody and anybody with those absolutely.
Actually, a positive story like this actually inspires a lot. We all know Greta or Malala, but we don't know.
Absolutely, we don't know that poor lady or struggling with so many things. But making sure at the age of 60 or 80 also, she is making sure that she's giving to the society, and she's making sure that okay, I'm doing something of a little bit of something
from there. So
absolutely.
So giving back to society doesn't need you to be very young.
Absolutely.
Start off anytime, 60, 80 or even 100 doesn't really matter. So now, Reena, the most important thing which people usually consider when they get nominated or nominate themselves in awards or for awards, what was the prize that you received?
Well, the prize I received was a medal and a certificate, but for me, obviously I appreciate having the medal. I'm treasuring that. It's in a very sacred place in my house. But to be nominated was the actual prize in itself. I hadn't, like I said, I didn't have a clue of being nominated, and that was like winning for me, like just being nominated. Yes, going home with something to show for what you've done is all worthwhile. It makes you feel more inspired
and
to
that
do
too
better.
for community care. It's not like, and you said you work in financial sector as well.
Yeah, I work in it, yeah.
You do that, but you won something, or say you were a runners up for something which is not even your first thing which you do for a living or something. So that's great.
Yeah, whether I was a runner-up or an actual winner, but the whole thing was a prize for me. The whole experience was a prize, and there's something I will cherish forever. It's going to be a pleasant memory for me, and something that my children see, and they're actually very proud of when I go home and they saw the medal. That evening when I went home. But I just want to add one little thing. When I finished with the awards, not many people know this, that I was actually on my way home, that the security in the House of Parliament actually said to me, have you ever been here before? And I said no, and he actually gave me a personal tour of the House of Parliament.
Wow.
So I went into the green room and the red room, and I was sat and watched the debate, and that was another prize for me. So an added bonus. So it was a very lovely evening. I had a really
and you
good
got
time.
to meet with so many new people, and
Exactly,
people
yeah.
of the levels of MPs and
absolutely.
Yeah, you listen to the stories and they're so inspiring, and some of the stories that you hear, you don't even think that they're absolutely.
It's a saying. Remember that positivity, and when you share happiness with somebody, it spreads
Absolutely.
and it goes
100%.
viral. Rather than in today's world that we want social social media post to be viral. Unlike that, we positivity is something that really goes viral. Yeah.
Positivity.
So I think that's where you got to go at the green room.
Absolutely.
And adding to those prizes and gifts, in the community we have so many entrepreneurs, selling their beautiful saris, or somebody's doing a makeover or something like that. The small homegrown businesses, they come to us. They're like, okay, Purvi and Rashmi, we want to do something. We want to make sure that we are helping the winners in some way or promote our products in some way. So they gave us small token of appreciation to all the winners. Somebody came in, giving their products. Somebody came in as a voucher. Okay, you can use my services for free. So we have distributed those small little things with few of the winners.
Serving society as well as branding for their own, marketing for their, which
correct.
Is nice.
So that's why it's like a barter system. So we thank them for giving their products, and eventually they're promoting the products, the winners. Yeah.
So we know the runners-ups get the medals and the certificates.
Sure.
We would like to know from you, what do winners usually get?
So generally winners get a trophy and a certificate which is generally signed, personally signed by the MPs. So this year we had Joy Morrissey and Bob Blackman personally signing those certificates for the winners.
Okay.
And as I said, the entrepreneurs or the budding entrepreneurs who are doing something for the living, they're sharing the products. So that's where we just added to their goodie bags, I would say.
Yeah, okay. So these are the hard prizes.
It's not much, I would say, as far as the price is concerned, because the idea is not to be material in our things, that I don't want to tell anybody, okay, I have £100 voucher or £1,000 voucher to give you as a winner. But the idea is to
maybe sometimes
just
that
inspire,
well.
just to make sure. Maybe in future, But the idea is to make sure that, okay, you win an award, just spread the positive energies.
We recognize you.
Absolutely. We appreciate the thing that you. And when you are in a journey of community spirit, you're in a journey of helping others. Sometimes it happens that after 2 years down the line, you might just get frustrated. Oh, what am I doing here? I mean, I'm just giving, but nobody is recognizing
to
it.
be acknowledged
Absolutely.
and appreciated what you're doing. It just encourages you to do more and to become bigger and better within yourself. And like I say, when you can do it yourself, then you can encourage others to do
Absolutely.
it. So you're passing on the positivity. So
it's just a push and acknowledgement that, okay, guys, you're doing great job, and just keep doing that great job to make sure the world is a better place to live.
Absolutely.
And we can actually learn from all this. It's not just the awards, from what I understand. Maybe if there's a child at home who brings us a glass of water, and without us asking that, and they do that, we should really appreciate that. And even in the offices,
I would like to add one more story here. This year's winner, do we have time?
Yeah, we have some time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So we had a lovely contestant. Her category was differently abled, rising star. She had a little bit of a problem with interacting with people in the social environment, and she was struggling to get a job. But the beauty of her was she used to take care of everybody in the house and she used to cook meals for everybody all time. And if anybody is coming home, she used to make sure that she is the one getting up and offering food or breakfast or snack or lunch, whatever the time is. And now currently she is working with a Michelin star restaurant.
Oh wow.
And as associate chef there.
So basically, anything could be a strength.
Absolutely, anything could be a strength, and just that positive energy that
I can't even imagine awarding her, or maybe not awarding. If I heard she's a winner, right?
She is the winner.
Yeah, even
absolutely.
if she wouldn't be a winner, if I would have just said that, oh, XYZ, you're doing really great, and you inspire
just
me.
acknowledging that person, praising. A praise goes a long way. Just to say, you can feel that someone's appreciating your hard work. If you're doing, I'll say, Sneha, you're doing absolutely amazing. You're doing such a wonderful job. Say that.
No, of course you do.
She's absolutely amazing.
Thanks a lot. But yeah, like you also said, you mentioned that you wore a smile, but that was not real. But you were working hard, but at that moment, if I would have turned up, or anybody would have turned up and said, Reena, you're doing really great, you definitely would have felt that warmth.
Absolutely, it would have added to, you know, emotionally to me. It would have mean someone says, you know, I love compliments, so you bring my
So for the employers here as well, you know, if you've got subordinates, and not just employers, if you've got children, if you've got, you know, domestic help working for you, anyone, nanny or anything, if they're doing good, just take a moment, say thank you, give them a smile and say, you know what, you make my life great. Or maybe if you just see a kid playing and making a sand castle really good, you know what, I like that castle really good, you made my day. I remember I said that to a 90-year-old lady when I was walking alongside a river, and she was so happy. She was walking actually, and I was not able to walk that much, so I was really happy.
It's all about being a human, being a good human being. You know, I think, you know, everyone's a human being, but being a human is, you know, you need to understand that. And you know, when you're actually can appreciate being a human, it shows humanity, that you love, care and support, you know, one another, and that's, you know,
and that's really important for women actually, that you know, feeling of sisterhood, like you also mentioned. So IRW, like you mentioned, is the whole concept is about, you know, sisterhood, lifting and rising and supporting each other.
Absolutely.
So
and in fact, I remember one fine day in my life, I was like absolutely low, and there was no way I could, you know, go out of my bed and do anything. That low I was. And all of a sudden, one of the friend just gave me a call and spoke to me like for 3 minutes, and a small 3-minute call just changed my day. And I was like, okay, thank you so much for calling me. It was just like a hi, hello call, that's it. And you know, people forget to call in this busy life these days. So I think anxiety comes in when you don't talk to anybody, you isolate yourself from somebody when you're not in the right mood. So just make sure that you're not getting isolated in that hard part of your life. Just make sure going there, just having a cup of coffee with your friend, just so randomly call somebody.
So like not just even saying thank you or, you know, you're doing great. Absolutely. Just give them a call and saying hi, hello.
Absolutely. I've got 2 amazing best friends, and when I lost my mum, you know what, they were my strength. They were literally my pillars. Like, they were taking me out, they were calling me, they just wanted to make sure that I didn't hit rock bottom.
Absolutely. We can keep on talking like this for hours, but we are actually running short of time. I'm so sorry for this. I could be just keep on talking with you guys, but we need to give a strong message to our viewers that, you know what, like our panelists have also mentioned, that everyone in this world likes to be appreciated. One of my role models once said, you may not be able to move someone or say everyone with criticism, but you will definitely move everyone with appreciation. So appreciate people in your surroundings, family, friends, or even people whom you don't like, but if they're doing good, just say, you know what, this thing is good.
Absolutely.
At least they'll do that thing good if they're very bad. So just last message from all 3 of us would be, keep smiling, spread smiles, keep inspiring, love everybody, but before that, love yourself.
Absolutely.
And keep having fun. And now these days, be safe. And again, happy International Women's Day to all our female viewers in advance. Thank you.